Can I have everybody roll a perception check as you approach that back door and step out into what is a hazy morning? The mist still shines outside of you. Yeah, I think we are going to have Flea as well as Sarkis. Sarkis, it's your investigation that's disadvantaged, right?
Yeah, that's right.
As you all approach or go to leave, inside of the roar of the fire overtaking this mansion, there are many screams. Hell, Kavi's got advantage on this. All of you hear this. All of you are picking out 3, 5. Too many screams to really even figure out how many people must be inside of this building as it burns.
Are there any lamps nearby?
I feel like somebody had a torch, but not particularly lamps.
Okay, I didn't know if there was like an oil lamp on the table or mounted on the wall or whatnot.
You're outside now. You're like at the back door. We
Okay,
basically ended with you guys getting outside of the house.
Oh, okay. Is there any way to block the door? Please go block the door.
Yeah, does somebody have like climbing gear? Does anybody have pythons? Have like hammer? Anything of what kind of random stuff do you have to block the door?
I have a hammer.
I have pitons. I'll take 4 pitons.
As you go to do this though, Sarkis is gonna comment on the screams. Is it dark out right now, or is it starting to be light?
It's like as dark as Barovia always is, but it's approaching some sense of the light of quote-unquote day. Flea would know it's about 5:15 in the morning.
Gotcha. Wait, before you block the door, listen to the screams. There's a bunch more people trapped inside. Maybe we should help them.
Or they may be her followers. While these are not her family, I can negotiate on these. Her family, I cannot.
They won't know it was us. Give me a minute to try to help them. We just can act like we heard the screams and came running.
Please, going to look towards Kavi.
There's no reason for innocent people to be trapped in here.
Okay, let us try.
And with that, I'll open the door and I'll just scream out, "Hello, we hear you. You need help. You need help."
So you see as the light shines in beyond where you are into that little corridor, and through the closet a secret door opens in front of you inside of this closet, and there is a staircase ahead of you. Make a perception check for me as you're kind of staring into this little dim lit hall. As you look forward, you see a bunch of people struggling towards the top of the stairs, and the person who seems to have opened the stairs is on fire at present, and they seem to also be wrenching in pain, as something from beyond is like clawing at their back. From what you can tell, it seems to be a creature who is rather humanoid. Seems to be quite animalistic as it is trying to claw its way through the people to get up the stairs. And as it grabs that person, it is going to rend their flesh with claws as it is going to leap out at you. Let me have you roll to. Let me have you roll a dexterity saving throw. As this creature leaps out, let me get a perception from the other two, from Kavi and from Flea. As this creature leaps out, Kavi probably is going to be a little bit more shocked and not necessarily pick up on what's going on with this thing. It is leaping over and beyond you, Sarkis. It is leaping past the stairs and is kind of in the center of all of you by the time it hits the ground. And it seems to be next to nude. Perhaps was at one point human, but its flesh is a pale blue, almost dry white, and you just see portions of it are burned and scarred from the fire licking at it, and as you stare at it, they seem to be healing in the moment. There's another few people on the stairs who are all trying to make their way out of the basement. What are you all doing?
Are they wearing black robes?
Yeah, looking around the area, pretty much everybody coming from that area is wearing those same black robes.
Sarkis, we should close it. We should close it.
Well, we have to help them. And with that, I will yell, "Get outside, away from the fire!" And I'm gonna strike out at whatever the creature was.
Do you want an initiative roll?
Shortly here, you are more than welcome to roll initiative. I would say from the general idea, we have something roughly like this, with Flea and Kavi in the back, and Sarkis a little bit closer to the house. But we can kind of use that general area as the area for everything to go down. What would you all, how would you like to place? Oh, I'll put you on the map. Now your tokens should be able to move yourselves.
Where's the back door for like the building? I'm assuming I'm like right at the door, pretty much.
Yeah, I'd say for this effect, let's just use that chimney as if that were the back door.
And you said it basically jumped over my head, so it's like outside right now?
Yep, it's going to be in the center of where you place yourselves. But this is also 6 seconds essentially after you decided to python the door. So on some level, Kavi and Flea were just thinking about sealing the door up when you kind of went over to open it and try to get the people to safety.
Affirmative.
You mean try to get our enemies to safety?
So let's see. Flea, what are you doing as this creature leaps over you?
Okay, I thought he leaped over Sarkis. I was gonna put an arrow.
Oh yeah, my bad. Leaps over Sarkis.
I'm gonna put an arrow on it.
As always, if the damage doesn't show up, roll that damage right away. As you place an arrow into it, dealing a solid chunk of damage, it kind of shrieks out as it spins over to stare you down. Sarkis, what are you doing? Oh, my bad. Kavi, what would you like to do?
How bad is the fire at the door?
What are you looking for?
Like, is it a full-on blaze at the moment?
When I say what are you looking for, I mean what do you want it to be?
Oh, she's wanting to like run into the stairs, like try like help pull them out of the house.
Make a perception check. Wait. Let's do a wisdom. Just a straight wisdom. Looking in, it's gonna be dangerous to run into this house at that present. It seems like it is catching way too fast. This is an unnatural blaze that you all have started.
She's gonna risk it. She does have resistance to fire damage.
So you're just gonna spend your time trying to get people out?
Yes. But she's also keeping an ear out for the other two, if she can.
As you step away from the creature, it is going to slash out at you with its claws. And it grasps onto you, and as it grabs you, you are unable to move. You are effectively grappled right now. And it's going to do 8 points of piercing or slashing damage to you as it claws you. Oh no, my apologies. The grapple is instead of damage. So it's no damage, you just can't move.
Alright.
So as this creature grabs a hold of you and prevents you from moving, how does that change what you were expecting to do? What is Kavi thinking now?
She's going to be a wiggle worm and try to break out of it.
Make a strength check. You are able to break out of its grasp.
Would that be an action or like a free action?
That's your action.
Okay.
Anything else from you?
No, I don't have anything.
Gotcha. What would you like to do, Sarkis? You know you have effectively only moved like 10 feet, So if you tried to move away now, you're likely to be able to get away without any problem, right?
Oh, okay.
So on me now.
Yep.
I guess as me and Kabi kind of like cross paths, I'll just say to her, help them out, but don't go too far. It's bad. And then I'll run over to the creature. And then I'm going to smack it with my stick.
A solid hit across its temple.
Okay, and then I want to try and apply a stunning strike.
And what else would you like to do?
And then I'm just going to attack it one more time with the quarterstaff, and then bonus action, I will unarmed strike. Unarmed strike it.
Another quite solid hit as you notice it doesn't seem to be moving. It seems it is frozen in place.
Nice. He will just yell out, "Don't touch my friends!" And then he'll just like go for like a throat punch. And that's it for me.
I should note all of these hits seem to be less effective than you would hope.
Did we level up? Or are we level 5 right now, or what?
You should still be level 5, yeah.
Okay, sweet. I'm pretty sure everything is still normal. I think
Yeah, I
at
think it's your level
6,
6 that you
I
become magical.
magic. Yeah.
I've got that in my notes. So I'm assuming that is Flea is just taking a pot shot.
Yep.
So I'm applying that damage now. It is not quite your turn yet, though, so hold up. You guys don't get to be the only side of combat. Alrighty, so... Really, coming out of the building, the first person is going to run past you, Kavi, as well as Sarkis, and the creature, and they are going to try to continue to run to the west. What are you all doing as it runs close to you and then away from you?
What does this person or creature look like? The one that's running by?
All of these people are going to look like they are somebody wearing black robes. They will all look the same.
Okay, but like humanoid, but not like how this crazy creature looks.
Yeah, that's the only one that is effectively nude right now.
Okay, I won't do anything.
Same. I'm just gonna let him run by.
Same.
As he steps out and starts to realize what is happening out here, he is going to turn, and you see as he works some magic, and you were going to see as a dark cloud kind of drops across himself, the creature that is currently stunned in front of Sarkis, as well as it seems to kind of drop across the door sill behind him. Another creature is going to run out of the door, cloaked in a black robe as well. All of these people are technically speaking on fire as well. And is going to be running past. Anything from Sarkis or Kavi?
Same thing. Doesn't look like particularly evil or anything.
I mean, you guys murdered people for wearing black robes before, so I'm not sure what you're looking for.
Oh, like, do they just look like civilians in black robes?
Yeah, again, all of these are going to look like humanoids in black robes. Only that one that leapt out of the house is going to look different from everything you all are about to see. So if you were intending on saving them, I don't think you guys are going to take reactions against anything that runs past you. But I still want to throw it out there just in case you are not looking to save these things, as clearly the first one has come out and he has started to buff his friends.
Well, I guess if we see the first one casting magic that appears like it's helping his friends, let me do some sort of check to see if I do a reaction.
Go for it.
Which I do Arcana to see if I would recognize that he's like trying to help them, or
I mean, you could do Arcana to try to recognize the magic. You could do Insight to try to figure out what he's doing.
okay, I did 16 Arcana.
You've seen clerics of light cast very similar spells to what it seems like he has just done.
Okay, and when that first creature ran by, he did not seem like he was concerned with us or the creature. You said like the creature, the first one, the crazy naked one, like was clawing through them. Did it appear like it was just hostile or to them, or just like it was trying to get by them?
That's going to be the same type of thing. You can't really make these checks on a reaction anyways. So there's a certain level of, I think it's kind of beyond asking that question.
I got you. All right.
But
well, I
if
guess
you were locked in a house that was on fire and thought nothing of other people around you, what would you do?
yeah,
You climb
I guess
over them.
after the first one, like buffed its friends, I will do a reaction on the second one.
As you smack him with your club, he starts to chant in a horrific language, and the sound of his voice starts to boom until slowly he begins to be surrounded by an aura, and you start to see horrific creatures running around in the glow, and slowly they start to form out of this purple mist into just horrific fiends and devils as they start to bite at your flesh. The next humanoid to run past you is going to just flee past you all as he runs off to the south and towards the main street. And it's going to go back to flee. What would you like to do?
Well, I thought I had already, did what I could do, so that was my bad.
So you're still sticking to shooting that creature again?
Yeah.
Gotcha. So again, you place an arrow into it. It seems wounded. And yeah.
Is it looking bloodied at all?
It's looking wounded. There's certainly wounds in it, but you see... I think you would still see its flesh is sealing up around the arrow wounds, but they're not bleeding in the least bit. And it's going to go to... I think a large number of the rest of these. Kavi, what is your dexterity?
14.
I have to step away for 2 minutes. Be right back.
You're good. I gotta set up most of these NPCs into the combat anyways. So another human in the black robes is going to be running past you all as he flees to the north. Another one is going to run past and beyond Flea before looking over the situation. And as he looks back at you all, he starts to perceive at least an idea of what is happening here. And he is going to reach down towards the ground, and as he brings his hand up from the ground, there's going to be a... I don't have one prepared. Oh no. There's going to be a dark sword that rises next to Sarkis, and it is going to be cloaked in a shadowy black flame as it will strike out at you, Sarkis. And I believe that is a big ol' miss. And then as he rises with his hand from the earth, he's going to slam it back down towards the ground, and a pillar of black fire is going to drop down towards you, Sarkis. Can you make a dexterity saving throw? That is over his DC. You take no damage as you dodge out of the way of this black pillar.
Which guy was that who did that?
He's the one directly north of Fleet right now.
Okay, gotcha.
Another person who's just fully enshrouded in flame and they're screaming in pain is going to run out of the building, and they are going to strike out at... Yeah, I think they're going to do the same thing as they strike out towards you, Sarkis. They are going to try to bring down a pillar of black flame into you. Make another dexterity save. Dodging that one as well. Another one is going to run out as he pats out the flames on him. He's going to be doing pretty much the exact same movement as he rises his hand from the earth. A black shadow sword is going to strike out at Flea, and then as he slams his hand back down towards the earth, there's going to be a pillar of black fire that reaches down from the sky. I think Flea is away though, so...
Flea is here for uncanny dodge.
Alright, so the first strike is from the weapon, and it's going to hit you. As the sword strikes out, it is going to...
Sorry, you broke up.
Nope, looking for the damage. It's going to do 12 slashing damage to you.
Which with uncanny dodge would be 6, and Flea is down.
If you are down, you are going to lose a death saving throw as his pillar of fire strikes into your body.
Marvelous. I added 1 failing saving throw.
Another is going to step out of the door sill, and as they look over the scene, just seem to freeze for a moment, unable to take in what's going on here. And it's going to go to Kavi.
Anyways, Dad was screaming at the dog. I'm assuming everyone's out of the house at this point.
You can make a perception check to see if there's still people running. Seeing past the person who's kind of frozen in the door, there's still people inside. You can hear 2 more people inside. Or at least running up those stairs from whatever is below.
Yeah. If the rest got out okay, she thinks they'll be fine. She's gonna cast. None of these are like there's. It's just fire, like black fire, right? There's no like darkness or anything.
Like that they've summoned? What's your question? My bad.
Yeah, they
What's
didn't
more
like.
of like your thought behind it?
Like she can still like see out in the battlefield, right?
Yep.
Okay, yeah. All right. She's gonna cast thaumaturgy, not thaumaturgy. Vicious mockery on the one that attacked Flea.
Nobody did like a physical attack to him, but you were more than welcome to.
Oh well, the one closest to him.
Gotcha. So I think you are a wisdom 15 on that.
Yes.
He seems unaffected by it. Do you have a bonus action?
I'm just like contemplating on it because I have like 1 left.
I don't know if you are away from your computer, but Flea is currently down.
I know. It's just like I have one spell slot left. It's
Gotcha.
what I'm gonna get. Or I guess I have two. Yeah, I'll cast healing word for Flea.
Thank you very much. I'll roll the dice right in a second.
Oh, you just take 10 healing.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Any movement from you, Kavi?
Just probably about like 5 feet away from the house. There's no like ideal location.
You hear screaming from inside as the next person who's trying to make their way out has to push to force the other person out of the way. And then they kind of stumble out of the house. And Sarkis, what would you like to do?
So Sarkis is just gonna like purvey the area really quick and see that we are like badly outnumbered, and he's gonna just yell, "We are trying to help you!" And then I will smack the beast-looking thing with my cane.
Still at advantage? Solid hit.
How's it looking? Does it look damaged right now?
At present, it still looks kind of similar. It's just like a stark blue flesh with like white, dry skin. You've seen its flesh like almost healing itself in front of you. So it's not. All of these other things look human. All of them are on fire. All of them are cloaked in actual like shrouds. This thing is naked and you see its flesh like healing before you, even though it looks, for all intents and purposes, dead.
Well, here's the thing. We're obviously pretty badly outnumbered. So normally I would try to finish off the creature that is like stunned and appears the most hostile. But if it's not taking any damage, there's not really much reason to keep attacking it, I feel like.
I mean, you're doing damage to it. It's just reduced damage.
Yeah, but if it's not even looking like it's wearing it down, 2 more attacks are not gonna do enough to kill it. So there's not much reason to just keep focusing on this when I can assume everything else would be like weaker probably than this thing is. So if I can not look at it and tell that it's notably damaged, I think I'm going to divert my attack somewhere else. So does it look noticeably damaged? Like, is it half life-ish, or should I attack something different?
It is not below half.
Yeah, I mean, I've done like easily probably 30 damage. So even if it was like getting reduced damage, there's no reason to attack it 2 more times, I don't think.
Are you going to try to stun it again? With that one hit as is?
I mean, we're pretty badly outnumbered and I have limited resources, so I don't think so.
Gotcha. So, second quarterstaff attack, where are you going to place that?
I saw the ones that look, there's like 3 in a row, all in a line. Those ones were clearly casting. What did the one directly above me do?
That's the one that kind of froze as it stepped out of the door and just got pushed by the person who is to your east.
And the one like bottom to my left of me, like southwest of me, that one is the one that casts like that weird darkness or whatever?
It is indeed. And he is severely bloodied right now. He's like covered in burns over pretty much 90% of his flesh.
Alright, I'm going to use my second quarterstaff attack against that guy.
Solid strike into him, and it is going to just collapse his body as he falls to the ground and is consumed in fire.
Okay, and then is that the one that you said had like weird devil things circling us?
Technically, that is the one directly south of Flea.
Okay, gotcha. I am going to damn, sorry, this is a tough decision. Yeah, I'm just gonna do my unarmed strike at the one that's frozen, that guy. Does anybody else look bloody right now?
The person south of Kavi is severely bloodied. The person to the east of you is bloodied. And I think that's it right now. No, the person that you were looking at who has the aura up around you all, he's bloodied as well.
Wait, that's the one directly south of Flea?
Yep.
But the one below Kavi is severely bloodied, you say?
Yep.
Can I move onto the space with the green one? The like
Yeah, those don't take up any space.
yeah, you know what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually the one that's directly east of me was frozen, right? He's the one who didn't do anything?
North of you.
Oh, okay, I got you. All right, yeah. So I'm gonna move where that thing was at, and then I'm gonna attack the one below Kavi. So I'm gonna do an unarmed strike against that one.
That is a solid hit, and that as well will collapse into the ground as he is consumed as well in fire.
Okay, and then I'm going to. Damn, I think I'm gonna move a little bit. Do I know where like those demon things are like circling around? Can I kind of tell like what area looks dangerous at all?
Um, I mean, you're like nearing the edge of it, yes.
Okay, I got you. Well, all right. I'm just gonna take I'm gonna take like one more step behind like the chimney wall right here.
Gotcha.
And did the guy that's directly east of me right now or west of me right now, did he attack us?
Nope. He pushed his way out.
Okay, I'm gonna actually move just a little more then.
So I didn't take a current look at your hit points before I started here. That is an oversight on my problem, on my end. I feel bad about casting Spirit Guardians because that is a powerful spell, and I am tempted to have that guy having not cast that because I don't want to simply kill Flea here. And I don't know where the two of you were at. This is going to be a dangerous encounter regardless of how things play out. Um, Technically, you were inside of Spirit Guardians, so you've used 10, 20, and I think it's going to end up being 30 to get to where you are because of difficult terrain. Like within Spirit Guardians. And I should still have you make
What is
the
it? It's
save.
difficult terrain inside of a certain area?
Yeah, all of those creatures basically are attacking you and they slow your movement inside of that.
Okay, so as soon as I moved the first time, I would like know that. So the first move was 10
Yeah,
to right there.
damn it, yes.
Sorry. Okay, so I will move again to where the guy who just died is at. Is that am I still slow?
No, it's still 10. Like, starting inside of it, it's still like an extra 5 to move out of it. That
Okay,
was
so
kind of my point.
that took 20 basically right there. So can I like? But I
Oh,
don't.
yeah, I'm not sure why I told you 30. My bad. It was 20 to the other space as well, though.
Okay, well I'm just gonna move to like as far away as I can. Um. Yeah, I mean it's kind of like the edge of the board right there, so there's not really like anywhere else I can go. But that should be 35 if the last was only 5. And then I'll just yell, "We need to get out of here! There's too many!"
The next one coming out on fire is going to... I think he's going to drop to the ground and try to put himself out. Oh, and I forgot one person who's no longer stunned. So as its flesh heals, it's going to stand up and survey around the area. So what is everybody's condition? Who's under half hit points right now? Is anybody bloodied?
Yeah, I'm below half.
And you're below 1/4? No, you're not below 1/4. You're at 10 hit points right now?
Yeah, almost 1/4.
Yes, but those are the break points where people can see it. Kavi, are you under half? Sarkis, are you under half?
I'm at 24, so I'm pretty okay.
No, I'm not.
Not under half, though.
Seriously damaged.
No.
Yeah, these are for, like, visual, like, what things can see as they look at you. When you're under half, things can see that you are profusely bleeding and susceptible. And it's also the type of thing that allows me to not TPPK. Or 2. I think the creature is just going to leap directly back after you, Sarkis, as it is going to try to slash at you with its claws. And it is going to grasp onto you and grapple you. And as you are held in its grasp, it's going to bare its teeth, and as its fangs start to extend, bite down into your neck. It's going to do 11 piercing damage to you and 15 necrotic damage. And I need you to make a... Oh, nope, never mind. So this is one of the rare times where you override your max hit points. Your max hit points are going to be reduced by 15. And what would you like to do, Flea?
Okay, the one directly south of me is heavily bloodied, as I recall from the earlier, right?
He is bloodied, yes, not heavily, but bloodied.
Okay, and what about the guy south of him?
Just seems to be a cloaked figure who is currently burning. Everybody essentially is burning except for the actual creature that just bit down on Sarkis' neck.
Okay, I'm going for the guy directly south of me.
As you take a shot at him, he's going to spin around and he deflects your bow out of the way right at the last moment before you release the arrow.
At a 21? Wow.
It's a 9. You're at disadvantage for attacking with a ranged weapon in combat.
Okay, I still have, I can still move though, right?
You can indeed. You'll have half movement to stand up here.
Now that should not put me at disengaging, does it? I just want to get my back up against that wall.
I don't think you can use your bonus action to disengage, so that would just be running away from them.
I'm going to move him back halfway so I'm not considered to be disengaging. What is the green circle that was directly west of me, by the way?
Those are the shadow swords. They're just like levitating swords. One of the priests is going to throw his cloak back, revealing his flesh as it's like melting off of his face, and the fire is consuming him. And he is going to... I think he's going to move his sword back in place. Oh, nope. Going to strike out at Kavi. I believe a 12 is a miss. And then I need a dexterity save from you, Kavi. And as you dodge out of the way, a black pillar of fire is going to extend from the sky and drop down to the place where you stood. Patting out the last of the fire on him. Another one of these is going to... Let's see... Going to step back and away from Flea. Any interest in an opportunity attack?
I will take it.
So same thing, it'll still be a disadvantage, but take an opportunity attack. It's going to plink right into his chest, and as it sticks into its chest, it starts to just fall away as it is stuck into a chain shirt. And he is going to reach out his hand, and his fist is going to start to form a ball of dark black magic, and it is going to fire out towards you. And I believe a 12 is going to miss, and then his sword is going to strike out at you, and a 12 is going to miss.
Thank God.
Another one of the cultists is fleeing as the fire is consuming them, and it's going to go to Kavi.
I'm going to attack the one northwest using Vicious Mockery.
And what are you mocking?
Which one or what I was saying?
What are you saying? My constant question, I want to force you to do bard things. Do you have anything in mind how you are mocking this person?
She's mocking his spell skills. That's how she's gonna do it.
As you start to speak out to him, his eyes start to bleed, and the fire overtakes his flesh, and he falls over and dies. Sarkis, you are currently grappled by the creature that has just bit into your throat.
Gotcha.
It is safe to assume that you now recognize this creature as one of Strahd's vampire spawns.
I'm trying to see if I can do something really quick. Hang on. So what does grappled mean if I try to attack I'm at disadvantage?
No,
I can't move?
it's simply that you can't move right now. If you don't break it, your movement speed is 0. That's all.
Okay, I'm gonna.
I don't think you would quite know yet, but it can only bite into your neck if you are either grappled or are willing to be bitten.
Okay, I got you. So Sarkis is going to. All right, let me ask you this: if I hit it and successfully stunning strike it, am I still grappled?
I have a feeling it would lose its grapple. I think the difficult thing would be is it would almost be like it is stunned in position, but I feel like the stun is almost like a catatonic stun, not like a muscles are locked in position stun. So I don't think it's like a magical frozen where its grip would be frozen around your body type of thing.
All right,
But that's my long way of saying no. I think you would be free.
so Sarkis is just gonna look straight at it and is gonna yell, "Let go of me!" And he's gonna swing his cane right at its mouth, where it just like bit him, or maybe I'll try to like bludgeon it like right into its mouth, like the blunt end.
Definitely got a grandma smacking a mugger with her purse image there.
And I'm gonna use a my inspiration on this.
All right, so essentially an advantage attack. Solid hit.
Okay, and then I'm gonna try to use stunning strike.
Fuck, I have rolled really low with that thing's con. A 12. I think your DC is 14. So once again, it lets go and seems to be frozen.
Okay, and then I am going to run.
No more attacks?
Well, I still have more attacks, but I'm not using them on him.
Gotcha.
Oh, so wait, is there still movement penalties for that area, or is that gone?
I got rid of that. I think Spirit Guardians would have turned this into a TPPK.
All right, and then can I tell who else is damaged right now?
Quick glance, what you're working with, you can see that the person, um, essentially southeast of the northernmost priest, like northeast of that too, that person is bloodied, severely bloodied. Um, Other than that, at a glance, without taking some sort of action economy to look, I don't think you can tell.
Okay, so you said the one northeast of the two that has like the crouching thing? Okay. So I'm going to run to there, and then I'm going to try and hit that same guy with my stick.
And that will be a killing blow, knocking him unconscious as the fire consumes him. And the creature to the south or the west of Flea is wounded, bloodied.
Okay, and then I'm going to look up at that creature, and I'm just going to like let out a hiss. And then Sarkis is going to jump up and like try to like unarmed strike it, but I'm going to basically like grab it by the neck and then just headbutt it. And I'm going to use.
So what is that? Just the other bloodied one that's west of Screech? Is that or Flea?
Yeah, the one that you said is bloodied west of Flea. Yep, that one.
Gotcha.
And then I'm gonna do. It's gonna be flurry of blows on that one.
Normal flurry. Doing 2 attacks.
I'm gonna do the first one and see what happens.
It doesn't say that you have to choose beforehand for your optional ability.
Let me double check, but I'm pretty sure it says you can replace one. So let me just double check.
You're good to make it, and we can figure out at a later date.
Yeah, it says you can replace one of the unarmed strikes with the use of this feature without spending a key point for the healing. So I'm going to flurry it first.
Solid hit. It is going to leave him severely bloodied.
Man, I'm going to use the second attack on him to try to kill him.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. And he's going to yell. Yeah. So I'm just going to, after I like headbutt him, I'm like still holding on to him. Sarkis is going to like just bite him right in the neck like he just got bit.
As you bite down into his neck, your teeth clatter against chain armor, and you fail to actually grip into his throat. I thought Flea was the one who wanted to become a vampire. I feel like Strahd is successfully corrupting all of you. You
He's not
notice
dead.
he is not dead, correct? Assuming you're done?
No, I'm going to yell out to Kavi. Get away from him, Kavi. He's hurt.
As you look back to Kavi, the flesh of that creature is still repairing as it starts to fill in and heal some more of the burns on its flesh.
Yeah, I'm just going to move to like over here, I guess. And I'm obviously extremely bloodied. So that's the end of my turn.
Patting out the last bit of fire on his flesh. He is going to raise his hands in a passive position as he looks between Sarkis and Flea and disengage as he steps away from you all, backing away. Flea, what are you doing?
Is his sword going with him?
That was one that never had a sword. It's the next two that have swords. But those two swords are still in place.
Okay, the guys that are north of me, do they look like they're disengaging, or are they just still here for the fight?
You can roll a perception or an insight. From what you can tell, the one who's just stepped back with his hands up, as well as the one next to him on fire, the two of them seem to be fleeing. And the other one to the north of you, his attention is pretty well focused in on you right now.
Okay, short bow on him, and since I'm not directly engaged, am I still at this disadvantage?
Nope. Solid hit on him for 8 damage. That is going to put him into the bloodied area.
Sarkis, who's next?
Any movement from you, Flea?
No, I'm going to stay where I am. Actually, no, I am going to do a little bit of movement, but not much. I'm done.
Fuck, I don't remember whose sword was whose. I don't think it really matters too much. But I don't think that was... one of the shadow swords is going to strike out at Sarkis. Should hit with a 23, and it's going to deal, I think, +5, I think 13 damage.
Yeah, I'm obviously down.
Does Flea have any idea who is controlling that sword?
I don't think it's out of the characteristic to understand that there are 3 magic users left. One of them, I don't necessarily think you would know which one.
I'm only seeing the one to the north of me and the one on Kavi, unless I'm not seeing any, and I just saw one drop out to the south.
I mean, you could probably expand the map to look larger, because there's currently 5 creatures still alive on the map. 3 of them are magic users.
The guy to the most northwest, west and north, broke off. He was heavily bloodied, right?
Indeed. Another of the shadow swords is going to strike out at Flea, and it's going to miss. As he burns next to that building, another of the cultists is going to drop to the ground, trying to put himself out, and he's going to catch that building on fire. Kavi, what are you doing?
I'm not in combat with the one south of me, correct?
Depends for what purposes. You are currently next to him.
If I move, will it be an opportunity of attack?
You could do either a perception or insight check.
But you do know that Sarkis said to get away from him.
Yes.
He's not moving right now. He's frozen in place. You're probably pretty safe to assume that Sarkis has stunned him, and it cannot currently use its body.
All right, I'm going to move over here.
And right now, Sarkis is currently unconscious.
Going to use Cure Wounds for Sarkis. And that would be my turn.
So, Sarkis, you are prone on the ground. Your staff is on the ground. Assuming free action to pick up your staff, half your movement to stand. What would you like to do?
He'll just sit up and take a big breath. Look up at Kavi. Thank you. And then he's going to grab his staff. So that was half my move to stand up. So if I have 35, does that take 20 then?
Yeah, I think it's going to leave you with 15, so I think it would take 20.
Okay, cool. I'm going to... Yeah, okay, so after he picks up his staff and stands up, he's going to look up at Kavi and say, thank you! And then you're going to hear like a rumbling real quick, and then all of a sudden you're just going to hear... And he's going to disappear.
Let's see, that was Step of the Wind.
No, it's going to be like a cloud of like brown-green smoke. Sorry, Kavi.
Yeah, I got you. I forgot that your Misty Step is noxious gas infused.
All of a sudden he'll just pop up like right here, and then I'm gonna go right up to this guy with my last 15, and then I'm going to... This one's the extremely bloodied one, right?
He's just bloodied.
Okay, yeah. Same thing again. He's gonna like jump up on him and like grab hold of him at the neck, and he's gonna try to bite him in the throat again.
So, like, are you going for a grapple right off the bat? Is that what you mean?
No, like unarmed strike. But since I'm little, I'm like jumping on him first.
Gotcha. So he is currently dodging, so your attacks will be at disadvantage here.
Okay, gotcha. Unarmed strike at him. And one more time. If he's dodging, I guess when I miss him the first time, I'm going to swing my staff at him the second time. And he'll just say, why won't you die?
Solid hit. And I think that's going to leave him severely bloodied. No, my bad. Yeah, he's still simply kind of bloodied. And I believe that's everything for you?
Oh yeah, that's it. Yep.
This creature is going to run horizontally across the wall of this building as it reaches out to grasp at Flea with its claws. And it's going to miss. Yeah, I think it's going to kind of hold there as it hisses out at him. And what would you like to do, Flea?
Can I still see the guy that just fled to the west?
You can make a perception check. Why won't you guys just let me remove creatures?
No problem. He's gone.
If I've got shit running away, let it run away.
Yep, sounds good. I'm going to put an arrow in the guy next to Sarkis.
Alright, you are still in combat with the creature right now, so this is going to be a disadvantage again. Technically double disadvantage because he's also dodging, so it really doesn't matter.
Okay, here we go.
Remember, you guys both have inspiration too.
It's just going to go wide and completely miss the creature.
And I'm going to take some movement.
He's going to claw out at you, and I believe that's going to grasp you, and he is going to grapple you.
For my last action, can I try to break his grapple?
It takes your action to do that.
Got it. Thank you.
Yeah, I think he's going to take the dodge action again and try to run away from you. So he's going to step away from you, Sarkis. Just going to kind of point behind you, and he says, "The vampire! It's back!" And then he's going to turn and run.
All right. Well, I'm so wait. It's not a disengage though. It's just a dodge.
Nope, just a dodge.
We were trying to save you. And one more time, I'm gonna swing at him with the quarterstaff.
Guys might gather that carrying the Tome of Strahd while pretending like you were trying to save them might have failed you.
Oh, what? Like they could see that we had the Tome of Strahd?
Yeah, that is an artifact in these lands.
Oh yeah, I thought Kavi like put it away in her bag where it was like concealed.
Swinging out at him, you dink right off of his armor. But I think at that point, you guys would have a pretty good understanding. These guys have 13 AC. Ha ha! He finally put himself out, but that building's gonna be burning down pretty soon. And it's gonna go to Kavi.
And we use Vicious Mockery on the one grappling flea.
As it hisses out at you, its fangs extend another inch. What else are you gonna do, Kavi?
Yeah, there's not much I can do.
You're gonna stand there, you're gonna run. There's a lot of stuff you can still do, and you guys need to do something. If you're not gonna kill that creature, you need to do something to get away from it. We can let you think another moment, otherwise I'm going to need a response pretty soon here, but Sarkis, what are you going to do?
Alright, so everything else is ran away. And no more spiritual weapons but he has Flea grappled right now?
Yep.
And Flea, does he look bloodied right now?
Yeah.
Are you below the 1/4 mark? Are you still at 10?
Yeah, but I thought you started to look bloodied at 50%.
No, yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah. I just knew that you were close to. Essentially, I think if you lose one more hit point, you look severely bloodied. That's what I was looking for. And Kavi still looks fine?
Yes.
I don't know. Did Kavi already move? Like, are you done with your turn, Kavi?
I mean, at this point, the most I can do is just, like, probably move closer to Flea, but that's, like, about it. I have like no bonus actions or anything.
I got you. Yeah, I can't actually get up close enough to attack the creature. It's still right where it's at right now, right? It's not like where it's at is accurate on the board.
Correct.
Can I get a decent like line of sight from somewhere over here towards the creature?
Yeah, I think that's a clear enough line of sight right there.
All right, I'm just gonna move over here and I will pull out my dart gun. And oh, you know what?
The bubbles. It was always the bubbles.
Yeah, okay. I'm actually just gonna move down here. I shouldn't have moved. I moved just too far out of range of it. So I'll just move down right here, and then I will use my free action to pull out my little blowpipe, and I'm just gonna go and shoot two darts at it.
Both will hit. And for the first time, you will see this creature is bloodied. Anything else from you, Sarkis? Oh shit, never mind. It's not bloodied. It takes half damage from non-magical shit. But now you know you've been close for a long time to bloodying it.
No, I don't think I have anything for bonus action at range.
It's going to bite into Flea. As it grasps in, it is going to deal 8 points of piercing. And then 5 points of necrotic. And that will reduce your maximum hit points by 5.
Okay, can I assume uncanny dodge is not appropriate when grappled?
I don't think there would be any reason that you could uncanny dodge this.
I think it's just when you're attacked, Flea. Do the display in virtual tabletop.
Yeah, I mean, the way it's worded, it's just an attack. It seems off, but you can reduce it to 4 piercing and 2 necrotic.
Just picture he like goes to bite into your jugular, and at the last second you like move and he just bites your shoulder instead.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Reduces your max hit points then by 2.
Yeah, you're basically
Again,
just a swarming cat.
this is the only time where you really will ever override your max hit points. And it's going to then... My bad, it has one more attack. It's going to slash at you with its claws. And its claws do... 8 more slashing damage. And then it's on Flea.
Okay, so that would give me, if I use Uncanny Dodge, 4.
You only get one Uncanny Dodge, though.
Flea is down.
Roll a death save. You'll see as Flea coughs up blood as the creature bites into his neck. And it's going to go to Kavi.
I'm going to use Vicious Mockery on the creature.
Wisdom save.
Yes.
It screeches out at you.
And she's just calling it like different like bug names like mosquitoes and flies.
I don't think it would find mosquito insulting. Anything else from you?
Flea is still grappled? Or is he dropped?
He isn't. He is indeed still grappled.
Yeah, there's not much I can do.
Sarkis, what would you like to do?
Flea is currently unconscious right now.
He is indeed.
So Sarkis is going to just run up to the building across the way there. He's going to run like straight at the wall, and then when he does, he's going to plant one foot into the stone and jump up in the air as high as he can. And as he does, he's going to just yell, "Let him go!" And I'm going to swing my cane directly at this thing's face as it's like trying to bite down on Flea.
As you swing down across at it, it is able to move right out of the way of your attack, and you go just wide of its cheek.
All right, he's just going to swing his staff one more time at it.
And another strike that it just seems uncannily moving past you.
So I'm going to just jump up onto it and grab it and try to bite down on its neck. An unarmed strike.
You bite down into its flesh and your teeth almost just like glance off of the flesh. Any other movement?
Am I allowed to talk at this point?
Depends what you're trying to get at. Technically, Flea is unconscious, so if you're trying to talk as Flea, no.
No, not as flea,
Yeah.
but there's always the S word.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm just gonna move. I mean, if I stay next to it, I'll assume that it's probably going to be like provoked and maybe go after me, and that might save Flea. But I don't have very much life either, and yeah, I guess I'm just going to try to get in between Flea and Kavi. I mean, I know it has a hold of Flea, but
So you're just like wheeling around there.
yeah, and then I guess I'll just look over my shoulder and I'll say to Kavi, his potion! Use it while I have its attention! And that's the end of my turn.
It's going to claw out at Sarkis. I think an 18 is still a hit on Sarkis.
Yep, that's it.
It's going to grasp you in a grapple.
Can it grapple two things at one time? And is the
It's got
first
two. It's got
is
two
that
claws.
disadvantage? It still hits me,
Yeah, 14 and a 12.
so it has +6 to hit.
Yep. And then it is going to bite down on Sarkis. And it is going to miss as it tries to bite into your throat. Flee, death saving throw.
Oh, so wait, what was the total damage there?
When it grapples you, it doesn't do damage. But right now it has Flea in one hand and it has Sarkis in the other hand.
Okay, I got you. Flea, use your inspiration, dude.
Yeah, I was going to. I want to use my inspiration on the death roll.
You got this, buddy.
Probably going to choose that 14. So you're 1 and 1. Kavi, what do you do? Are you there, Key? Perhaps having lost Key. Sarkis, do you have something in mind for what you would like to do?
Well, if we're assuming that Kavi gives Flea the healing potion,
Alright, I guess we probably can't skip past Kavi, so let's give Key a few moments here, and we'll figure that out in a second.
What is it to break a grapple? It's a strength check?
Yep, strength check.
I'm back.
It is on you. What would you like to do? And I think Sarkis would have just... I think you said during your turn, Sarkis, use his healing potion.
Yeah, I just called out that Flea has a healing potion and you should give it to him. But if you missed that, he grappled me, still has Flea grappled. Flea passed his death save with inspiration. But yeah, so it's your turn.
And I'm assuming, like, based on map position, I'm just, like, right next to Flea.
Indeed.
So would it be an action to, like, look for the healing potion, or would that be the free action?
Basically, your free action to look for it, your action to give it to him.
Alright, and I'll do that.
It's just a normal healing potion now.
Yes, sir.
2d4 plus 2, please. So you can take 7 points of healing.
Thank you, Kavi, and I'll remove the potion from my inventory.
Any bonus actions, Kavi? Any movement?
Get the heck out of there.
I'm going back about 15 feet.
And on to you, Sarkis.
And we're still both grappled, but that doesn't affect my attacks on him. So I
Correct.
guess I'm just... Wait, what?
Oh, my bad. I was just saying correct.
Okay, so I'm just going to try to, like... I guess if he, like, has a hold of both of us, I'm going to just try to, like, smack him right in the face with my staff one more time.
Solid strike.
All right,
Looking
and I'm
bloody.
gonna go for stunning strike on him.
I think your DC is 14.
Yep, 14.
Doesn't seem to have a difference. You still feel a firm grasp around your body.
All right, I'm just gonna quarterstaff attack him again, and then unarmed strike.
Another solid strike. And the unarmed strike, it's going to be able to just barely move out of the way of your fist. as its flesh starts to heal. Looking over the situation. So both of you are severely bloodied right now? Under 1/4?
Oh yeah, I am.
I mean, my max hit points is reduced, so technically I'm not below 1/4.
Gotcha. But you are bloodied? Like under half of your new max?
Under half of my new max? No, I'm not. But I also got critted
Gotcha.
when I lost half my hit points. So my under max is very low. I mean, I can tell you exactly how many if you want to know.
No, it's fine. I'm thinking more what the creature is thinking about this situation. I think the fact that you don't necessarily look as beat up as you probably are doesn't bode well for it.
Yeah, I don't look bloodied at all right now. But I also lost 15 or something hit points to my max. So
Alrighty. I think it is going to... I think it's just going to drop the two of you as it runs. And it's going to leave combat, so you two can take attacks of opportunity. Flea, you would not have your bow right now, so I think yours is just an unarmed strike.
Yeah, Flea's still dazed and confused. He's just going to drop and say, "Sarkis, let's run."
Oh wait, are you taking an attack of opportunity? That's what I'm asking here.
No.
Gotcha. Sarkis, attack of opportunity?
yeah, I guess I'm going to try to chase it away. I'm tempted not to even like provoke it, but maybe if it's like frightened right now, the best thing to do is to try to like stay strong. So yeah, I guess like as it goes to like drop me, I will just like try to smack it across the mouth and knock out its damn teeth.
Another solid strike into it. So it is going to run up the side of the building, running across the roofs. Kavi will see as it leaps from the roof over to the next roof, and then it is going to disappear behind the next building, as it seems to be fleeing. In the immediate aftermath, what do you all have in mind as this creature starts to flee from you?
We need to get somewhere safe. We're pretty beat up.
Grab your bow. Let's get out of here.
I'm with you. Kavi.
Let's go.
So again, at this point, you all are on kind of like the northern side of Vallaki here. If you are preparing to flee, which direction are you thinking? Right now, you have seen members of the cult who have fled in pretty much 3 directions: south, west, and north. And most recently, the vampire is fleeing to the south.
The Sillies or the Blue Water. They're the only places we know.
Blue water. It's closest, right?
That thing just went that way, though.
I feel like it's been ages since you all have gone there, but you also visited St. Andrew's Church. But it's also the furthest of those options.
Sarkis, what do you want to do? Let's go.
I don't know. We don't even know where it could be safe. We could go to the church. I really don't know. What do you think, Kavi?
The church might be our best bet because that's the place we've gone to the least.
Maybe they wouldn't know to look for us there, and possibly they'd be afraid to go there. The church it is. Let's go.
Let's go.
Full tilt run, moving at a normal pace, moving slow to try to stay stealthy. What are you all thinking?
I think we have to go stealthy because at this point in time, we need to avoid being seen if possible.
I agree.
Let's get a round of stealth checks from you all. So you're able to cover a solid distance, kind of going about the same route where you're going to follow the back of the houses as far as possible, kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm thinking just kind of like sneak behind the houses, like stay out of sight as best as possible.
Kind of like that? Or do you want to go to the wall and hug the wall?
I'd say the first one.
I agree.
Alright, so you're able to cover a good bit of the way, trying to get like back towards the blue water, but still moving westward to kind of stay away from the path of wherever that creature might have been fleeing to. And you cover a few of the houses, moving slowly, trying to pay attention to see if anybody is actually moving about in the house before you dash from it to the next. Let me get another stealth check from you. Moving past another 6 or so houses, it seems a little bit too early for most of these smaller houses here. Perhaps it was kind of a fluke that the servants were up so early, but it would appear a lot of people who are a little more blue collar are not taking the time to wake up nearly as early, and everything's going quite well for you all. One more stealth check. As you all are moving forward on the next part, as you kind of scope around looking for any sort of movement around you, one of the last things you do before kind of leaping out to go to the next house is spot, as it appears somebody is opening up their back door, and they immediately look into your eyes as they seem to be opening their back door in this kind of morning haze. What is your thought?
Do they look aggressive in a black robe, anything like that?
You can do a perception check or you can do an insight. They seem just as shocked to see you as perhaps you are to see somebody at this point.
What do you think, guys? Should we run in there?
Oh, like roughly where are we at on the map right now?
Kind of towards like maybe the downturn area. You're getting close to the church. Not quite at the church still though. Maybe something like around that position.
Ignore him. We need to keep moving.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Do another stealth check. Nearing the side of the church, do you want to go up to? They have windows on that like east side of the church. Otherwise, you've seen that they have the front entrance next to the road with the long portion of the chapel, or you can go around back and try to sneak into the graveyard, and then they have a door that leads to the actual graveyard. What would you like to do?
Around back. Use the cover so we don't get seen.
I think this is the instance where we go through the main door because I think the graveyard is more suspicious.
Either one, let's go, let's go.
But we need to rest. We can't afford to get spotted. Whatever we do, let's do it quick.
Somebody pick one.
I can check the front real quick.
Okay, by me.
All right, we'll just all go to the front.
Let me get a round of performance rolls from you all. So as you round the corner of the last house, you just start to kind of casually walk as you make your way towards the front door, and there's a few people on the street. You notice they are also wearing those same black cultist robes. They don't seem to pay much attention to you, and you are able to walk up to the church. Are you going to try to open the door and just walk in? Are you going to knock? What would you like to do as you get to the church doors?
Probably I'll just go and open the doors.
And you can walk on into the church. As you all step inside, you are in the center of the large chapel. There are a few people immediately in sight. You would see the priest is behind the actual dais. There seems to be a woman who is sitting up near the front of the pews, and then another boy who seems to be kind of running in and out of sight as you walk into the chapel.
Father Petrovich, we need quarter.
Come, come. What can I do for you?
I need somewhere to hide. As quick as possible.
You see as the woman spins around. Let me get a intelligence from everybody but Flea. Solid. Flea, you recognize this is Baroness Lydia? Damn it, I forgot her first name. Yeah, Baroness Lydia Petronova. She's wearing a black veil as she turns around to look at you all. And the father is going to approach you all as he kind of ushers you forward deeper into the church.
Wait, have we ever met her before? I don't have that name in my notes.
I feel like yes, my memory might be lax, but I think you guys would have waited for the Baron inside of her little room when she was preparing things for the Festival of the Sun.
Yeah.
Wasn't she the one who kind of forced us into like the craft room?
Yep, that's exactly who she is.
Okay, say her name again. Baroness what?
Lydia Petronova. Technically speaking, she's not really a baroness anymore.
But we basically just killed everybody associated with her husband being killed.
Gotcha.
Come. You are safe-ish here. What can I protect you from?
The cult. We're hiding from the cult and some sort of creature. I don't know what it was. It bit me.
One of the devil's minions. Let me have a look at that. And he's just gonna kind of like reach out like a palm up hand, kind of just ushering you forward towards him.
Oh, so even it's on the side with my tattoo, odd it's on like just my random other side. Alright, so I'd just like show him the side of my neck and wherever it bit me.
Kind of looks at it for a few moments. You were lucky. You may be able to heal fully. Do you think you made it here safely without being seen?
I feel weak. We may have been spotted just outside by some of the cult. That's who's following us though. We're not safe here.
You may be safer than you think. They have been forcing everyone in town to wear black robes in public. The cult is far less powerful than the fear that they have induced in normal people.
That's the Baroness, isn't it?
It is my sister.
Your sister?
Yes, she fled the burning of her home, the murder of her son, and of less importance, her husband.
My condolences for your sister and her family, but fear not. The Wachters have been. They won't be a problem anymore.
She kind of like perks her attention towards you as you say that. The Wachters are. What do you mean they will not be a problem?
They won't be a problem. She or any of her line ever again.
More details. Tell me. What have you done?
The bloodline has been ended. We killed all the Wachters and burned their house. We killed most of the cult. Lots of them escaped, and that creature, he was too much for us. We were on the brink of defeat when it must have thought we were still stronger than we were because it fled, or maybe it just felt mercy for us, but we're here now, and they're all dead. The house is burning.
She's going to call out for Yeska as soon after you see the boy runs out from one of the lower wings of the church. And she's going to ask him, Yeska, please, I need you to find anyone who has guarded me in the past. Mirabelle, Rainfred, any of my most loyal guards. I must return to the town square. This will be the only chance for me to regain and bring some sort of order to the town. I have to stand up against them. I need people I can trust to protect me. And the little boy is going to run from the chapel.
Madam, we can help you, but we need to rest first. We're in no condition to fight right now.
I understand. I had thoughts of trying to see what we could do to stand up to the Lady Wachter, but if you have done this already, we must move quick before someone else is able to do this. Our town will be thrown into chaos without anyone leading them. Will you support me in power if I am the one to rule these walls?
When your husband was in charge, this was the only sanctuary in the area, so if you will treat its people and others the same way that he did, then you have my support.
My husband was a fool. All of his actions were born of insanity, and it drove my son mad as well. If you would support me doing what he has done, I thank you. But I hope to show you better.
I don't know enough of your husband, but I know that this place was better before. So if you can at least restore it to that, or better, then you have my support at least.
Did you think through all of your choices? Are you sure you wish to become a part of our politics? And Lydia is going to look over at him, kind of with a scowl on her face. I mean no offense to you, dear sister, but there is danger in being the face. Do you all intend to be in the middle of these things?
I don't know that we have a choice when the way everything went with Lady Wachter. We're in the middle of this no matter what, and there were witnesses, so they'll know it was us. Word will get around, so
We are close to the western gates, and many of her most loyal followers you are at least as far away from as possible. Many of the folk here have always been more dedicated to the old gods than to the demon worshippers. Perhaps we are safe enough here. I can offer you shelter. You can rest in relative safety. But it is not as safe as perhaps you might hope. We will be in great danger for some time regardless of how this night goes. I don't know what your next move will be. And he'll look back over towards Lydia. Do you intend to keep the Vistani out even now? And she kind of nods her head yes to him. They can help you, sister. Do not be so close-minded to them. Allow them anything.
yes, much has conspired in the last couple days, and perhaps they could be powerful allies. Do you what do you know of the Seeker?
Which one are you asking?
Oh, I thought it was just like the two of them right there, no?
Yeah. Well, that's my kind of general thought. Like, are you asking one in particular, or are you just asking both of them?
Oh yeah, just kind of talking to like both of them. Madame Ava. Oh, go ahead.
It has been many generations since anyone has spoken of the old gods. Not many of our folk would even know of them. But it is recorded in some of our most ancient texts that there was one such being, known as such.
Madame Eva, the fortune teller, she told us about the prophecy and read our fortunes, and we went to the druids and they destroyed the stone, the first stone. The seeker is free.
I'm afraid all of this is well beyond me. It has been some time since I have been into the more wild parts of the Svalich woods. I was a child when I last saw a druid. We are hesitant to go into the woods. They are as likely to gift you a present as they are to kill you. They are dangerous folk.
I think you're just misunderstanding them because of a language barrier. It's not that they don't really want to kill anyone, it's just they don't like the cities.
Our people live in two different worlds. Many of our ancestors were the ones who drove them away. Many of us now are descended children of the old army. We are the conquerors who have nearly eradicated them and driven them off deeper and deeper into their woods. Who is this Madame Eva that you call the Seeker? She is someone you have met in Vallaki?
She's the great fortune teller of the Vistani. That's why I brought it up. I just assumed you would know who she was. We met her in the camp south of Sayre Falls, near Old Svalich Road.
Ah, yes, the falls. We have a camp near us as well. They have perhaps someone who is very similar to her. There is a young Vistani there who is quite strong in her abilities to read the fortunes of those who walk these lands. They serve many masters, and I understand my sister's hesitancy. But they also resent having always been locked outside of the city. And there is much to gain from allowing them entrance, regardless of what my sister wants to let into her mind. It may behoove her to do such things, as she will require allies.
I can't speak for all the Vistani, but she helped us. She's helping us. None of this would be possible without her. And she's been right about so many things before we even knew it. She gave us answers to questions we didn't even know we had. and and she's powerful. She could be a powerful ally. She is a powerful ally.
The Vistani's power is very strong with far travelers. It's hard to say why it is so many of you are drawn to this place. And regardless of what the devil does, it does seem like there is a lot to be said about the Vistani and their own power to walk the mist.
It's more than that, though. She was a Vistani, but when they destroyed the stone, she ascended. She's some sort of Fey something. God? I don't know what she is.
The Fae. The Fae is something very tricky. They are not liars, but you must be very careful what you believe and trust from a Fae. They have ways of bending reality, sometimes for jokes that mortals suffer forever over. What are these stones that you speak of?
The wizard stones. The weaver, the huntress, and the seeker. One blue, one green, one red. They animated the Wizard of Wines and the great tree.
So that is why we've been seeing more activity at the Blue Water Inn. The stone was taken from the Martakovs?
Yes, yes, those stones.
I think when Yaska returns, perhaps there are others that you need to contact. I don't know if you feel comfortable going to the Vistani just beyond our walls here. But a part of me thinks that you should see Arabelle and find out what you can from her. Otherwise... What was that?
Is that the encampment to the south?
Yes, beyond our west walls, they stay a little bit to the south. There is a small group of elves and a larger encampment of the Vistani there.
Perhaps after we rest, we should probably get out of town anyway.
My other thought is perhaps you can find out more about the stones from the Martikovs. I could send Yeska to them for aid as well.
They have been nothing but allies to us, but we didn't know where to go. We were afraid that we'd be seen going in there and they would be discovered. It was just as dangerous to come here, but we thought at least no one would suspect this place.
We still have some sense of safety against some of the Dark Lord's creatures. The one you spoke of in particular would be hesitant, if not incapable, of entering this place. But we can't say assuredly that they will not bring the other demon worshippers here. Hopefully you came without being seen, and everything should be fine. But... and he's gonna look to his sister. I think we all can agree that she is just as much of a threat as you are. And we all feel at least a little bit more comfortable knowing that we are together.
Wait, who is more of a threat?
Basically that Lydia, as well as yourselves, are all under the same threat kind of thing. That removing all four of you at this point would be beneficial to what remains of the cult.
I got you.
I do not have the most secretive of places for you to hide here. We do not tend to hide things within the church. I can offer you a bedroom or a crypt. Would you feel comfortable sleeping with the dead?
If we'd be concealed, I'm not opposed to it. We need to rest, though.
So that's an actual decision for you all to choose. Do you want to sleep in one of the bedrooms inside of the chapel or in one of the crypts in the graveyard?
I think the crypt's one of our best bets at this moment.
I'm good with it.
So he will escort you out there. You all have a sense that this is going to be a dangerous night's sleep. What is your initial thought here? I think for what it's worth, you guys could consider that conversation over about an hour as a short rest. So you can benefit from a short rest. If you burn hit dice here, you can gain an extra d6 from Kavi's Song of Rest. And that'll be the choice for you to have a short rest, essentially, prior to finding out whether you are successful in having a long rest.
Okay, but hold on. Shouldn't it just be, give or take, about mid-morning?
Yeah, right now you're probably looking at about 7 in the morning.
Okay.
So if we short rest, does that, I'm assuming, does not help our max hit points at all?
Only if you burn hit dice. Oh wait, yeah, no, yeah, your max hit points. No, that's not going to change in the short rest.
Okay.
Like you can try to heal, and they're going to still be gone. You guys don't necessarily know that ahead of time. We could say that that Father Petrovich was able to tell you like that you'll be injured until you actually heal yourself over a longer period of time. So you can take 10 hit points there.
Back to full. And by full, I mean half of normal. Yeah, that thing fucked me up. What was it? It critted on me with that bite? Is that what it was?
Yeah, the crit was getting bit and then also getting a crit at the same time. That vampire would have been probably a pretty solid fight for you all, straight up. So that was in part why all of those creatures came out on fire. And it was definitely why, at first, I was stoked that you guys were about to bar that door shut. Because it was going to make everything burn for a lot longer. But when you guys chose to try to save everybody at the start of that, I knew shit was going to hit the fan quite quickly there.
Yeah, Al definitely read that one right. I was way off on that. And obviously, Kavi was thinking the same thing as me.
Yeah, and those priests were so much more powerful than cult fanatics for essentially being like an equal thing. Procking spirit guardians would have 100% killed you guys there.
Well, here's the thing. Throughout the whole campaign, Kavi hasn't done actually anything evil. She just more or less followed the flow of everyone else.
Following is definitely evil as well, though. You need to start telling them not to do evil shit if you want to have a conscience that lets you sleep at night.
She's neutral.
Sleep's overrated.
So, burning hit dice, Kavi, you can also gain a hit point d6 from your Song of Rest, as well as Flee. You can get a d6 from her Song of Rest.
7 puts me at max, so a d6 would put me at, like, over.
Well, if you burn the d6, you might not actually be in need of burning that second one anyways. I would say, honestly, if you're that close to max, you probably should not burn 2 hit dice. Yeah, I feel like taking 4 hit points is better than burning 2 hit dice. So what are you all thinking? You have 8 hours of sleep in front of you. You all can just try to sleep straight through. You can keep watches and effectively... I mean, realistically, I can kind of DNPC Sophia as one of the characters on watch. So you could take watches like that. It's really hard in this campaign not to run a DNPC.
Yeah, I think we'd have to like alternate keeping watch.
Yeah, you did say we thought it would be a dangerous rest.
Yeah. So who wants to take the first watch?
We'll take first.
So let me get a perception from you, Flea.
Working on it. Give me a second.
I would say with that, Flea sleeps through the first hour. Uh, roll a wisdom check for me. And then roll your second perception at disadvantage. Because you're going to sleep. And then who's going to take the second one? And I'm
I
still
can
waiting
do
on
it.
a perception from you, Flea.
My computer just black screened on me, so give me a minute.
Gotcha. Kavi, can you roll a perception, please? So as things kind of progress, Kavi, you just are going to wake up kind of in a bit of a start, feeling like Flea should have woken me by now. You take a few moments to look around before you spot Flea. Feel a little perplexed, and then just start to busy yourself between your journal, perhaps actually writing, perhaps reading, but you start your watch. Everything seems quiet enough. It seems like the town is going about its business, and nobody at present is bothering anything with the Church of Andril. Another perception, please. In the second watch, your exhaustion is going to take you, and you're just going to find yourself draining between nodding off and staying conscious. Sarkis, do you want the third or the final watch?
I can go next. That's fine.
Gotcha. Do a perception for me. After Kavi wakes you up, you take your watch. Everything feels quiet. Doesn't seem like a whole lot to worry about. Getting pretty confident that this is going to hold off. Another perception for me. So once again, you sit back, keep the watch. Town seems quite silent and quite calm. Everything seems like it's going quite well. And you can wake up Sophia. What feels like moments after you went to sleep, Sophia is actually going to come back to Sarkis and just kind of nudge you awake. I feel like I hear voices in the church. I am sorry. Maybe it's just fear. There's nothing wrong. I am sorry. Please go back to sleep.
No, don't be sorry. Don't be sorry. Maybe I should go check on it.
If we leave here, if there is something, right now they don't know we are here. We are safest here.
You're right. Maybe I could just stay up with you for a bit, just in case.
Roll a perception for me. As you stay up in the next little bit here, it becomes more and more clear that something is definitely happening in the church. But you also 100% know that you have got to sleep. You are no good to anybody right now.
They don't know we're here. We have to just finish resting. It's the only choice.
And after some time, Sophia is going to start to wake everybody, telling you that everything is fine. We should be able to move forward now and try to escape this. At present, everybody can level up to level 6. Is everybody sticking with their same character classes?
Flea is.
Flea, you can roll a d8 for your hit points.
Yeah.
Javi? I think everybody is a d8 if you stick with your same class, so you can roll a d8 once you decide for sure. Excellent. Well done, Flea. Make sure the two of you who were bit by the vampire that you remove that hit point override. And then when you go into level up your character, if you adjust your hit points rolled, make sure to add these dice rolls to that number rolled, and your constitution is automatically covered in the math done by D&D Beyond. So Flea should gain access to expertise. Kavi is going to gain magical secrets as well as her counter charm. And Sarkis will gain a lot with the physician's touch, unarmored movement, and his key empowered strengths.